Hi, friends. It's Gladys. Happy March. I am here again for my second vlog, and I can't thank you enough for all the positive feedback that I got on the first one in February. And I have so much fun stuff to share. So, I am just getting back from Sedona, Arizona. I go every year on a women's retreat. And I teach classes when I'm out there, and I'm part of a group that really teaches women how to self-love and take care of themselves. And every time I go out there, I come home with more knowledge and wisdom, more information, and I want to share with you some of the stuff that, I picked up while I was out there. So this year, the group took 45 women, and I'll tell you, this group is really like family and made me realize how much like I was missing that family connection. I mean, these ladies that go are all love, they're all heart, and it just felt so good to receive. Usually, when I go out there, I always seem to be running around, doing lots of things, going here, going there. And this time before I went, I knew that I really needed some alone time, and I was going to give myself permission to do just that. So I found myself throughout the week working on balance between alone time and group time. And I spent a lot of time sitting and staring at the mountains, meditating. I took a few hikes with myself. There was one evening that I had just gotten back from a hike with myself, and I ended up meeting a girl up on the mountain, and we ended up talking for a couple hours, and we both kind of went our separate ways when we came down, and I decided that I really wanted to get something to eat because I was teaching a class that night, and I went to one of the restaurants. Now, of course, they're fancy restaurants, and I had to check and see if there were any dress codes because I was still in like a sweatshirt and pants. And they said I could come as I am, and I went into the restaurant and they sat me at the perfect table. It was right in the back of the restaurant, and there was nobody behind me but a door, and in front of me was a 180-degree view of the Red Rock and the mountains. The resort that we stay on is surrounded by Red Rock, and you literally feel like you're in the womb and the belly of Mother Earth. And I had a black bean burger with avocado and these delicious crispy fries, and I had a beer with it, and I was so happy. I sat there and I'm like, gosh, I really enjoy being with myself. And the nature of my work is one-on-one with clients, working in groups, gathering people together, and I'm always with people. And it really made me realize like how much I really do enjoy that alone time. Now you're talking, to a girl who, or you're looking at a girl who really struggled with body image and self-worth and value. So I got my value and my worth from the people that I hung out with, the things that I had, the connections I made. And I really embraced that self-love and self-care on the trip this year. And I have to say, there were moments of things that I saw. Now, I've been out there, so this was my seventh trip on with this group and my ninth trip altogether out there. And Sedona is like my home. Now, I have no interest in moving there. This triple water sign, this triple Cancer girl, definitely needs the water. But being there in that energy and that vibration really gives me an opportunity to fill up. And I gave myself a chance to really find that self love. And being out there and getting up in the morning and taking walks with myself, I stopped and I just stared at the mountains. I just took the energy in, and there were so many things that I saw this year that I've never seen before in that way. I've never experienced. And it just made me laugh like, gosh, This has been here all this time, and I'm just noticing it now. So there was one mountain where I always saw the female energy facing one way. And this time in the morning, I would get up and I would watch the sunrise, and I would sit in the chair and the sun would rise up on this mountain. And I actually saw this time the feminine energy turned the other way, facing the other way, and it was a whole different perspective. And I remember thinking, like, why didn't I ever see it like that before? And it just, again, it made me think back of all the times, like, I kind of just rushed through things. We got to go do this, we got to go to that, we got to go here, we got to go there. And I just made me realize, like, what else am I missing by not giving myself downtime and rest? So there were days that I spent an entire day at the spa in a reading nook, or just going into the hot tub and walking around. And so these are the things that I just never gave myself permission to enjoy. I always felt like I needed to work, I needed to connect with people, I needed to help in some way. And going in there after that, breakdown that I had in January, I realized that I was so desperately missing adventure, play, laughter, fun, and freedom. And I realized that I could really enjoy those things with myself by not doing anything at all. And I remember, that dinner that I went to with myself and watching those mountains, watching the sunset on those mountains come over. And the waitress came over and she's like, "How are you doing?" And I just looked at her and I said, "I am so happy. This is exactly what I needed. This meal was delicious. This drink, it was like from a local brewery, and it was so good. And I was just enjoying every single bite. And it made me realize, like, God, I really like myself. And then it made me think about like how much I've grown over the years and how much as caregivers and healers and earth angels and light workers, we don't give ourselves permission to do enough of that. So coming home, I'm energized, I'm excited. I have some really great, exciting projects coming up in the next couple months. And I feel motivated and energized and balanced. I really had to work on being conscious of group time and personal alone time away from the group, and it just blended perfectly. There were so many beautiful synchronicities. Of course, you're in Sedona, Arizona, the land of magic and synchronicities and all these beautiful things. The food I ate there was extra delicious. The time that I spent there, I savored so much more. And now I'm coming home with it and saying, okay, how do I embody that and how do I bring that home with me? So this is something that I'm working on. And, I really want to share too. Like, if you are at this point now, as we go into March, feeling tired and depleted, feeling expended, overwhelmed, maybe a part of it is needing that space and that time for yourself, because we can get really resentful about it. I worked with a client earlier who, we worked on her schedule. We just worked on a plan for her schedule and her time to be able to do everything that she wants to do and have stability in her income. And, it made me realize, like, gosh, I really need to embody that and embrace that. I really need to set good boundaries. I thought I was, but I was setting good boundaries with people, but I wasn't really setting the best boundaries with myself, giving myself permission to sleep in when I needed it, giving myself permission to watch a TV program that I love, and knowing that, okay, I'm going to allot this time, but then I'm going to go do all those have tos and shits that I have to do. So I remember in the middle of the week for the group, I had taught a class in the middle of the week, and I had said to them, if you are getting irritated with each other, they flew in together, they drove the 2 hours into Sedona together, they're sharing a room together, they're doing adventures together. And I was like, if you are getting to the point where you are feeling overwhelmed, tired, depleted, and drained, irritable with each other, your body and the energy is telling that you need a break. Now not everybody can go on a spa, trip and resort, but there are so many other things that you can do, whether it's a bath, whether it's a walk, whether it's a break. You are expending so much more energy by dragging yourself through things than if you just gave yourself a break, a rest, and permission to sit and put your feet up. And again, that might be hard for you. So I remember the first day I did that, I went and took a walk and I took my time through it. And then I went and sat down on a bench. I got up and there's this beautiful teepee that's in there. So I went from the bench into the teepee. I sat there for a while. And I remember like calling on the Native American energy that's there, calling on God and the angels, asking them to show me something. You know, I felt like I wanted to have this big moment of epiphany, and I was getting nothing. And I was getting uncomfortable. I'm like, I gotta sit. And what's so funny is that when I came out of the tent, I sat down on one of the benches, and the tree behind me that I was sitting in the teepee, the tree that was behind me was full of these amazing bluebirds. And or they looked like blue jays because they had the little little fur or whatever on top, but they weren't like our blue jays here in New England. They were royal blue. So when they spread their wings, there was this black royal blue color. So if anybody's bird people out there and you know what kind of bird these are, they were beautiful. And what I know about blue jays is they're like kind of like the bully energy, and really learning how to set your boundaries. And I kind of laughed, like I almost felt like the universe was telling me I was kind of bullying it in a way to give me something, you know. So it was in that moment like, okay, I'm like, I cannot micromanage the universe. I need to take a step back. And I have to say, I just sat there. I'm like, all right, I give in, you know, and I'm just going to be for a moment. So I had a little bit of a difficult time, like sitting still that first day that I went out off on my own. And then what happened is other birds would come along and they would sit on the picnic bench and they would get super close. And I have a few pictures that I'll share in this newsletter at the bottom. I'll share a couple pictures of the birds and the nature scenes that I took on my walk. And it was so interesting because birds represent freedom for me, you know? So the messages weren't coming from like intuition the way I wanted it to, but it was coming from nature. I heard woodpeckers and I saw all different kinds of deer and, um, all different kinds of birds. And I just really enjoyed my time. So I'm coming back with the message of self-love and self-care. And I know we beat that topic up. We know we need self-care. We know we need self-love. But I also feel that you need to be in the right time and place for it, right? You to really appreciate it. So sometimes we don't even know what those things that we enjoy. Like I didn't even know that I absolutely loved having a meal with myself. And it's so funny because in that meal, when I was watching the sunset, I realized like I had no concern about what other people thought of me, like, oh, this person's eating dinner by herself. And I really just enjoyed it. I felt confident in myself, and it really, truly felt like a gift. And so I just want to encourage you for the month of March. We've got this beautiful energy. We've got this beautiful weather. I'm praying it stays that way and you can really enjoy some sacred space for yourself. You know, if you have a room set up in your house or there's some time that you can do, I really feel like you need it. You know, usually I go through things and I come to find out other people are going and experiencing them as well. So maybe you're a person right now who's feeling a little resentful and depleted and you need some type of break. You know, I have a client of mine, super awesome client, that once a month she takes herself on a date. She'll go to a restaurant that's a little more expensive and she'll get her hair done, a blowout in the morning, and maybe she'll go to dinner and then maybe she'll do like a concert or something at night, and that's her day with herself. And again, you're talking about a person who really struggled with self-image and self-worth, and to see her do that now and be excited about it and love it, it's so inspiring. So I encourage you to self love on yourself this month, in a way where you're nurturing yourself, not like I said, in a pampering way, but really appreciating those things that you enjoy. Are you missing adventure, play, laughter, fun, and freedom? I was severely missing that in January, and I am just in this place of getting myself to to connect and be with different people that I'm enjoying. I'm really, when I find myself going into that funk, I'm acknowledging it, but then I'm shifting it. And I just feel good. I feel empowered. I feel confident. I feel worthy. I feel like I love myself, and it really stemmed from appreciating where I've been and accepting where I am now and giving myself that time and freedom to just be. So go and put on some soft music, take a walk, make a reservation for a dinner with yourself and enjoy it. Put the phone down. Like I said, I went to a place with a beautiful view, so I could just sit and look out at the mountains. There are plenty of. I mean, we are. If you're in Rhode Island, there are tons of restaurants that you can go and people watch and enjoy and just be with yourself. Have a yummy dessert or go to a library. Go to a library, set some time and read a book. Maybe you don't even bring a book. Maybe you just go to your favorite section, whether it be history or new age or romance, and just pull out a book and go sit at the library for a little bit. Taking that quiet place if you want to be out. If there's a favorite historic place. I know a lot of people who go to Beavertail in South County. That could be another place that you could go and gift yourself that. Gift it in a way that you feel really good about yourself. Because when your light is shining, you're spreading it to everybody else. And so forth and so on. So when you feel good, the people around you feel good. And when they feel good, the people around them feel good. And when they feel good, the people around them feel good. So really, peace on earth starts right here. It's really time that we start shifting that energy, especially in New England. So I have some exciting things going on this month and next month. I want to share that I have a mindful meditation night coming up on March 12th. It's going to be at Thrive Tribe Rhode Island, which is on Taunton Ave in East Providence, and it's from 6:30 to 8. So again, this could be another thing that you treat yourself with if you wanted to come out and just relax. You don't have to have meditation skills, or you could be somebody who meditates all the time. The power and the energy of the group is beautiful, and again, we're creating sacred space for you to be. I will be guiding the meditation. So there will be pockets of time of just sitting in that space. And then there'll be pockets of time where I'm guiding you into beautiful imagery and really just being mindful of your body and your breath. I'm also super excited to announce and share that it's always been a dream of mine to gather people together. So I've gone to Tony Robbins events and I've been inspired by the I Can Do It conferences that Hay House puts on. I'm usually taking part in the online I Can Do It conferences that they have. They have them all over the country in Canada and London, and big names like Wayne Dyer when he was alive, and Louise Hay, and Doreen Virtue, and Marianne Williamson, and Dan Millman, and all these wonderful, inspirational, spiritual teachers would go to this conference and they would share information. So it has been a dream of mine to do one of those events that's like a Tony Robbins I Can Do It conference combined into one. So it's going to be fun and exciting. It's also going to be informational, empowering, uplifting. So I just decided in January that I'm going to do it. I'm going to takes action in one of my dreams. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I've kind of joked about it, and the time is here. So the conference will be on April 22nd, and I am collaborating with the Rhode Island Shriners. So a portion of the proceeds will go to their organization, and they help children. I'm sure you've seen in the Bristol Parade the clowns in the small cars, and that's the Rhode Island Shriners. And they go in and they cheer these kids up, and there's so many services that they offer to families that it's just a beautiful organization for me to be a part of. And so I'm collaborating with them. It will be at the Rhode Island Shriners. They have plenty of parking and plenty of room. And the conference is going to be called A Bridge to Freedom Spiritual Retreat and Conference. and it is going to be one power-packed day full of inspirational speakers, groundbreakers, entrepreneurs sharing their success stories so that and helping you create your own. So think of it as a way to come and be filled up, to be inspired, to be excited. And it will be a conference where you'll have access to the mentors and the presenters that'll be there. So, if you're enjoying their presentation, they will have a booth for you to go talk to them. There will be questions that you can ask. So if you're a person who wants to embark on your own, or maybe start your own business, or really if you even need to receive, there'll be meditation groups, there will be sound healing spaces, there'll be energy work. I'll have Reiki practitioners offering energy work, and the day includes lunch. Tickets are $50 a person, or if you bring a friend, you can get 2 tickets for $80. So we're making it fun and relaxing. So this is why we're calling it a spiritual retreat and conference, because it's a day that you can come and be filled up, that you can be inspired, that you can talk to people and get information, ask questions. This is a great conference if you're brand new to spirituality, or you're brand new to getting out and being with other people and seeing what this energy is all about. But it's also a great conference, like I said, if you're about to embark on your own business, if you're looking for alternatives to healthy living, if you're looking for alternatives on how to take care of yourself and the stuff that's out there, this is a really great play day for you to explore a lot of different things, to see what you like, and this kind of goes with the theme of the self-care and the self-love. Like I said, bring a friend, let it be a whole day of fun and rest. And so I know it sounds like all different energies, but that's what we want. If you need downtime, there will be meditation rooms. If you need information or something that you're inspired by, you can listen to one of the presenters. If you feel like you need some energy work, come for that. Come just to experience. You may come for one thing and get totally something else. I think that's what I love the most about bringing people together. The one thing that I'm most excited about is to see how all the magic unfolds. Now, I always see the beauty in the magic. God shows up for me and the angels. And so I know for this event, they're going to show up for you as well, as they do every day. So my fun thing that I'm excited to experience is how it all comes together, and the amazing stories that people have, like the magic and the synchronicities, and who sits with who, and what you learn from, and what you get. Like this is the fun stuff. This is what I love the most. So I am excited. The ad for it just came out in Natural Awakenings magazine, and I want to share it with you. Maureen Carey in the Natural Awakenings magazine is going to be sponsoring the event. So this is the ad. So how fun is this? A Bridge to Freedom Spiritual Retreat and Conference. So if you're out and about and you see the magazine, pick it up. And tickets are already on sale. The thing to know is we're only selling 100 tickets. We want to keep it intimate, and we want to give everybody an opportunity to be able to experience everything that's there. So like I said, your ticket includes all the speakers. It includes the meditations. It also includes catered lunch. So there will be lunch provided in the afternoon. And we are nurturing souls one heart at a time. So I'm excited about that. Tickets are on sale. You can go to my website at gladysellen.com. And if you scroll down on the home page, there's a link that will take you to Eventbrite. If you are familiar with Eventbrite, you can go into Eventbrite and search A Bridge to Freedom Spiritual Retreat and Conference, and it will come up. Or you can search for it on Facebook, and I will have an event on that where we'll be sharing who's going to be there. I kind of want some surprises. Like I said, I want it to be a fun event like a Tony Robbins event, but also inspiration like an I Can Do It conference. So that's my story. That is March. I am excited for what's to come, and I'm happy to share my experiences with you. And I send you love with heavenly hugs.